TD Hammonds is here for Ashraf, and if he logs in, I will be surprised.
Let me just see who this is. Could be for another hearing, but let me just find out real quick. Okay, I've admitted somebody who's on a phone ending in 086. Can you unmute and tell me who you are?
Your Honor, it's Maureen Lucero. So I'm at a PNC in Randall, so I'm just calling in.
Okay, very good. Very good. And you're right where you need to be.
All right, thank you.
Morning, Miss Goodman. Thank you for joining us today.
Judge, I see Ms. Kopp in. I think she's on the next hearing.
I'm Natalie Archer right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll keep my comments to myself then.
All right, we are here today on review hearings. In each case, we are conducting these through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman's making our record this morning. Okay, then we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Cassie Kopic is my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Jeff Hill on behalf of Sis Contreras. She's here. We're ready.
Laura Kopp, I'm standing in for Natalie Archer, the guardian ad litem, and I am present and ready.
Maureen Lucero on behalf of the father, Ruben Mendoza, a father to John Mendoza. Your Honor, he will not be present, but I'm present and ready.
TD Hammonds for Ashraf Almook Beal, the father that has not been able to be contacted, proposed father of Abalina.
Shauna Rowland with Emerald Casa. With me, I have Dina Turk, the Casa advocate.
Yes, I'm here.
Stacy Bala on behalf of Abby, John, and Grace.
All right, thank you all very much. All right, Mr. Trout. Who are we hearing from today?
Ms. Kopic, Your Honor.
Topic? All right.
Everything's going well with the monitored return. We just have Grace that we're going to reunify around the 8th of February. Abby's been home for about two weeks since the 7th of this month, and John's been home since November 8th, I believe. But everything's going well. Sis is going to get a job as soon as she's able to get daycare for her baby that she had at the end of November.
When are we thinking about Grace, moving Grace?
The 8th of February.
Okay.
So a couple more weeks.
All right. And is she handling that okay?
So far she is. I mean, the kids are odd sometimes, but you know, she's not really complaining about them having behavioral problems or anything like that. I mean, they appear to be doing well.
Okay. But is Grace seem, I mean, does she understand the other kids are home already? I mean,
yes,
she's very young, but
she understands that they're not there at the foster home anymore, but I mean, she's still getting her visits every week with her mom and her siblings.
Okay. All right. Any other changes in our reunification plan?
No.
All right. Very good. Okay. Mr. Hill, any questions or comments, concerns?
No, Judge. My client's very happy with the way the monitor return is going.
Okay. All right. And Ms. Kopp, on behalf of Ms. Archer, is the guardian ad litem of the mother.
Miss Archer says that she thinks things should continue the way they are, and that they're going well, and that mom is working very hard.
Okay. All right, then Mr. Hammonds, anything?
No, Judge.
All right, and Ms. Lucero.
Your Honor, I really don't have anything to add. I still continue to try to reach Mr. Mendoza. Last I heard, he's still in Mexico, so I reach out to the number that's been provided. But if Ms. Contreras has any other information, contact information, or the department, if they could just share that with me by email, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. And Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I've got some questions for Ms. Kopic about Abby's medication. So Abby's got about 4 prescriptions currently. Ms. Kopic, can you tell me what the status is of getting that switched over so mom's got that?
Well, when I went over there on Friday, she told me that they went and picked up John's medicines, but Abby's wasn't there, and she was going to call the doctor. And then yesterday I talked to her, and she said that the doctor was supposed to call them in. So to my understanding, she was going to get them yesterday. And this was later in the day when she told me that. So I don't know if
Yeah.
sis can.
We're getting them today because she didn't text me that they're ready yet.
So one thing that I'd like us to check on is I believe they've been filled and they're sitting in the Plainview pharmacy, which is kind of a problem. So we need to make sure that that's transferred over to where they can get them here. So that if they've already been filled, it may be a little bit more difficult process. So I would ask Ms. Kopic if you could help navigate that.
Sure.
Can you tell me, does this mean that Abby's been without medication? Did that stop cold turkey?
No, she has her other ones that she's taking.
Okay,
Before we got the new ones.
okay.
She just hasn't been taking them at school.
Yeah.
So it's the ADHD medicine that's missing right now?
No, the school one. The school one and the morning she takes here.
Okay. Am I correct that the one at school is kind of a booster for the ADHD medicine?
I don't know.
I would simply ask that we get on top of that because I'm afraid that it's going to be a little bit harder if it's already been filled in one pharmacy. So if Ms. Kopic can help navigate that issue.
Yes, I'll get with sis today in the pharmacy and see what we need to do.
Cassie, what pharmacy is it that they're filled at in Plainview?
The Walmart on I-40 in Grand.
It was a Walmart that we had the same issue when John went home.
Mm-hmm.
They were still sending the prescriptions there until I guess last month, and I was just getting them from the foster mom and taking them to sis.
So she's out of the medicine for school right now, but that's the only medicine she's out of? Is that what we're saying?
I think that she only got the one medication and the rest are, I guess, filled at the other place is from what sis had told me.
Okay. I think the concern that we have in the one that Ms. Vala has is, some of these medicines you can't just stop taking.
Right.
So has she been without any medicine? Was she stopped cold turkey because they ran out on anything? Or have we had supplies to get her through? We just need to get the refills.
Yeah, we had supplies to get her through. Like she had her ones, the one that she had when she brought home from Lisa's house, and I still had those, and she takes them.
Okay, so she's still compliant with all her medicines. We just need to get the refill done.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Well, but that's been the concern as I talked to the school nurse, and she hasn't been taking any of her meds at school at lunch since she's been back in Amarillo.
Okay, I'm gonna interject, and if everybody sees Miss Smith's message. Okay, if they were called into a pharmacy, to a Walmart pharmacy in Plainview, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we think that they're sitting there in Plainview at a Walmart, right?
Yes.
Is that what we think?
I believe so.
Well,
I could be wrong.
I mean, it's Walmart. I don't see the difficulty in getting them to they can reshelve them, ones in Plainview, and just transfer the prescription to a Walmart here. Miss Smith, is that essentially what we would do?
Yes, it should be pretty easy. If it's a controlled substance, we might have to call the doctor and ask them to call it into a different pharmacy, but the pharmacy team at Superior is usually pretty fast. They can probably assist today, get it done today.
Okay, so Ms. Kopic, well, I guess Ms. Smith, what do you need? What do you need and from whom to try to get that done?
I can email Miss Kopic and I'll just need the child's name and date of birth, and then the pharmacy, the first pharmacy that has it, and which pharmacy we need to change it to.
Okay, well, that obviously would be far easier than trying to get them from Plainview. So, Ms. Contreras, have you started any kind of process of transferring those to here?
Yes, we already did, but we're just waiting on the process of those medicines to come through the Walmart to the Walmart. It's because of the lady that does the prescription from the doctor's office. She didn't do it on that same day until I called the other day for her to do it. But it was like another lady that answered. It wasn't the lady that answered for the one that signs the prescriptions.
So, Ms. Smith, I don't know, she may have already started the transfer process, but maybe there's a way that Superior can just verify.
Yes, I can look it up. I just don't have, I need to know the child's name and spelling and date of birth and all that.
Right.
I can email Miss Kopic or call her after this.
Okay. All right, Ms. Zavala, is that hopefully satisfy your concern?
Yes, I just know sometimes that can get tangled up for a while and we want to make sure it gets taken care of, but yes, that satisfies it.
Okay. All right, did you have any other concerns or questions today?
No, Your Honor, I did get to visit with John in person previously. I had to reschedule my in-person with Abby, but I'm going to be out this Saturday, but I did get to speak with her on the phone. She reports doing very well. It really, my only concern at this point was that prescription issue.
Okay. All right then. Sounds like everything's going pretty well. So today we will continue the department.
Your Honor. I think Dina.
I'm so sorry, John. Yes,
That's
Casa.
okay.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Dina, your turn.
Casa we were just concerned about just a few things about just everybody in that small apartment and trying with Grace. Grace hasn't even gotten there yet, and mom being just overwhelmed with everything and medications, and she's not able to drive yet. She's tried to get her license, and I think it's just been a lot for her to try to get everything going.
Okay, so are we trying to do something? Is there anything we can do to help her with the driver's license?
I don't think so. I think it's a legal issue about her getting it.
Okay, Mr. Hill?
I don't know anything about it, Judge. Nobody's brought that to my attention yet, but she's more than happy. She's more than welcome to call me and I'll discuss it and try and help her.
Okay, Ms. Contreras, the reason you don't have a license, is it, I mean, do you owe some kind of surcharges or?
No, I think it's because when I had an accident, not this past accident, but an accident before, I guess they had a lawsuit against me but I didn't have the money to pay for the accident. And so their insurance company is suing me for that.
But did you get a ticket or anything that revoked your driver's license? Did you have a license?
I did have a license.
You did or did not?
I did had a license, but I paid all my surcharges and my tickets.
Judge, may I interject? Ms. Contreras, did you have insurance at the time of the accident?
I don't remember.
I'm guessing.
Judge, in all likelihood, what may have happened, the other party that was hit, if she did not have insurance, her insurance company contacted the DPS, let them know that. They did put a hold on her license. She will never be able to get a license unless she does a settlement and release agreement with the DPS to pay the damages. I mean, I understand if she simply does not have the money to do a settlement and release document, she will never get a driver's license.
And
Okay.
that's what I was gonna pay with my income tax this year, is for that settlement thing.
Yes. Jeff, are you familiar with that?
PD, unfortunately, I'm not. I've never dealt with that.
I will email you a paragraph just telling you what she's going to need to do.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, I appreciate it. All right, then we'll continue the department temporary managing conservator and continue the children's current placement with mother. You know, keep working on our reunification plan to get Grace home. And our next hearing will be the final, and that's March 27th of 2025. And that'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. All right, then. I appreciate everybody. And Mr. Hammonds, thank you for the additional information, and Ms. Smith, both of you. So I will see everybody back March 27th. Okay, Mr. Wilson and Ms. Copper in a breakout room talking.
And Judge, we're not, my understanding from the email, last email from Rachel, we're not proceeding with a final today. And so I don't think I'm going to need Angelica Taylor today. I just had her here in case we were moving on with everything. But I think there was going to be discussions on where we were going next, was my understanding.
Yeah, I guess I sort of gathered that maybe everybody was agreeable that it should go to district court, but there were a few issues to resolve it. Well, let's just do this when we get them back in. Let's just have a bench conference.
Okay.
Before you turn anybody loose, let's just have a bench conference and
Yes, ma'am.
visit about where we are.
Laura,
Yes.
we don't have an agreement.
Okay. I assumed.
Ms. Kopp, is your client there with you?
No, I put him out in the lobby since you wanted a conference.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I do want to have a bench conference with the attorneys real quickly. So, Mr. Wilson and Ms. Kopp, why don't you all both go back to 2 and I'll move everybody over there. Okay, we're back from the bench conference. So if we can get everybody on camera, so I'll make sure I've got everybody. We are here today on a motion, kind of a specially set hearing. We were set for our final, but through some email communications, everybody's agreed we needed to have a hearing in advance of that. The department has indicated their desire to be dismissed from the case. And so we need to discuss what that's going to look like, or enter at least a temporary order since the parties still have some live pleadings that are really among the mother and the father. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming, and Ms. Goodman is taking our record today. Okay, we'll go ahead and take your announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present ready, Your Honor.
Laura Kopp, attorney for Eduardo Pedraza. We are both present and ready.
Omar Wilson for Mother Paulina Dabrowski, and we're present and ready.
Stacy Zavala for the boys.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Trout.
Yes, Your Honor. The department at this time would make a motion to be dismissed out. And it's kind of, parents have done what we needed them to do. Children are safe with dad and have been since the beginning of the case. We don't feel that we are needed in this case anymore, and it is more up to fight between the parents at this time. So we would ask that the department be dismissed out this time and some sort of temporary orders be put in for the parents.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, any objection to the department being dismissed?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Kopp, any objection to that?
No, Judge.
All right, and Ms. Zavala?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, counsel, what I'm gonna do is, well, let me just say for the record, I have reviewed the latest court report. It does appear that Ms. Dabrowska and Mr. Dabrowska, or excuse me, Mr. Salamanca, have cooperated with the department, have completed services, have essentially done what we've asked them to do. But the parents do have some pleadings on file that have sort of turned this into a custody dispute. And since the department's reason for being in the case has been satisfied, I find that there really is no further justification to leave the department in play while the parents pursue the remainder of their legal remedies regarding a final order in the case. Obviously, if I dismiss the department, this court loses its jurisdiction. The case will go back to the referring court, which is the 320th District Court for Potter County, which will be Judge Denny. However, I'm going to enter a temporary order that maintains the status quo. So in other words, there's going to be an order that just keeps everything in place until you all can get a court date with Judge Denny. My intent is that order reflect the current situation that as best that we can make it without the department's involvement. So at this time, I will name the parents as temporary joint managing conservators of the children. Mr. Salamanca will have the right to establish the primary residence of the children, but that residence will be restricted to Potter and Randall Counties, Texas, until further order of the court. Ms. Dabrowski will continue to have 2 hours of supervised visitation each week. That will be supervised by a individual that the parties mutually agree upon, and failing that agreement, failing somebody's willingness to do that, then I'm going to order that will be done at Family Support Services, and the cost of that will be split equally between the parties. I'm ordering that because right now the department is supervising those visits. Neither party is paying anything. So I think it's only fair that they should continue to equally share whatever that may be. I know that is on a sliding scale, so hopefully we're not going to be talking about a lot of money. I do encourage the parents, get creative and try to think about who there might be that would be willing to supervise, the visitation. You might compare costs. If you got to pay for Family Support Services something, there might be an individual who you all would trust that would be willing to do it for, some nominal fee. And I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, having an individual do this, I think will make it so much easier on both of you as far as scheduling and give you a lot more flexibility about where those visits can take place and, you know, what you may be able to go do with the kids. So, you know, I urge y'all to, you know, really put your thinking caps on and see if you can't come up with somebody. Okay, I'm not gonna order any kind of child support right now, temporary support, because there's nothing that neither party's been ordered to pay any kind of support during the pendency of the case that I recall. Let me look real quickly. No. So that's just an issue left for the district court. Are the children presently on any private health insurance?
I don't believe so, Judge.
Okay. I know once the department's dismissed, that Star Health will go away. But do we think the kids will continue to qualify for Medicaid?
Yes, Judge.
They should.
Okay. All right. Okay, then. Hopefully you all can get a court date with Judge Denny pretty quickly. And anybody, have I missed anything?
I believe so.
Nothing
Okay.
from me, Judge. And I did email Miss Meeson to ask for dates.
Okay, great. All right, well, hopefully they can get you guys in really soon. And at this time, I will find that it's in the best interest of the children to dismiss the Department of Family and Protective Services, enter the temporary order that I've announced. And of course, Ms. Zavala's representation of the children will be completed. I'm going to leave that up to Judge Denny. If he, you know, if either parent requests a new ad litem, I obviously will leave that to his discretion who he wants to appoint. And Ms. Dabrowska and Mr. Salamanca, I congratulate both of you on the progress that you've made. I hope that we are leaving your lives in a little better shape than they were when we all first met. But I do appreciate your cooperation and your work. And I wish you both the very, very best. And mostly, I wish your kids a very, very bright and happy future.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Trout, are you going to do the order for me?
That was gonna be my next question. I didn't know if, since the temporary orders, if they just, one of the parents' attorneys wanted to do it, or if they want me to do it.
Anybody want to jump up and volunteer or?
No, I think Daniel didn't have enough to do, so I think he should do it.
Yeah. I think you'd be really good at it.
Thanks for that, Jomo.
You bet.
Daniel, you've got your language getting everybody dismissed out. I guess if you don't mind, you guys crank one out for me. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That order will be for attorney signature only and just for approval. And then I'm not going to announce any future hearing dates because you won't have any with me. So,
Well,
okay. I really do appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. And Ms. Goodman, thank you for helping us out today.
thank you, Judge.
From sunny and not quite so warm Florida.
It's getting better. We're out of the 50s, so.
Angelica, thank you for being here. You can mark this one off. You won't have to deal with this one anymore. I won't need you anymore on this since we're out now. But
Don't mark it off completely.
Well, I mean, for Angelica's purpose, yes. But for her showing up for me.
Okay, we'll do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. I really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess then we will be in recess till request for court ordered services. We are conducting this hearing through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming and Ms. Goodman is making our record today. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Gene Graff and Keyshawn Mahone, present and ready to proceed on behalf of the department.
T.D. Hammond's representing Lindsay Garrett. Ready to proceed, Judge. I might ask the court if I could ask Ms. Garrett a few questions out of order. it might help resolve, I mean, as far as entering into an official participation of services, I think we have a proposal for the court, if the court would allow us some time to get it in place. As far as a qualified,
Have you talked
another
to,
qualified placement,
okay, have you spoken with Mr. Graff about this? Y'all
I
talked?
have not, well, yeah, no, I have not.
Do you want a couple minutes in a breakout room to talk about it?
That'd be good.
Okay, let me just put y'all in there. If you can just keep it to just a few minutes, that'd be great.
Yes.
Okay. Just because we've got other matters set. Okay, let's see.
Right.
Okay, Ms. Garrett, we've got video with you now.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I've got him coming back in now. Okay.
If it would be possible for me to have just a moment with Ms. Jorant and Ms. Mahoney, so I could just run something by them based on the conversation counsel and I just had.
Sure. Okay, Ms. Jorant. I'm going to assign you to one. And Ms. Mahone, same there. And then Mr. Groff, you can go back to one.
Thank you, and we'll be brief.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Groff.
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with my clients, and I think that we have kind of a preliminary agreement with counsel, and I'll just lay out what we talked about so the court knows what we're talking about. There is a grandmother of Ms. Garrett, or a mother of Ms. Garrett, I believe, down in Graham, Texas, that Ms. Graham has indicated that they would like to place the kids with her and her partner. The department has begun preliminary background checks. And so I think what Mr. Hammonds would like to do, and we don't have an objection, is to set this matter over 2 weeks if possible, so to allow the home study to be done. I believe I realize we're only here on Garrett right now, and Ms. Fox is not part of this conversation. I think the agreement would be that they're willing to do some drug testing today while the department does the basic home study on the grandmother, and then we would reconvene in 2 weeks and see where we're at that point in time.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we're going to be talking about basically the same issues, that Mr. Taylor isn't here yet. He's not logged in yet, as Foe's attorney. So do you all want to, I mean, it's just a few minutes. Do you want to wait till Mr. Taylor is here and I can call the cases together? I set them separately because they technically they're not sibling cases, so to speak. So
right. I have no objection. It looks like Ms. Fox, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, is maybe here. So Fox, thank you.
Okay.
I certainly have no objection, and I have not spoken with Mr. Taylor yet. So
yeah, okay. No objection, Judge, and we can kind of firm some things up as what their plans are. But it was my understanding, talking to Lindsay, that the plan would be to send both children down to Graham until they can possibly get the plumbing issues, repaired, or they may move down to Graham as well.
Okay, well, and you all are just talking about vacating our actual settings, get the home study, and just see kind of where we're at in a couple weeks. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yes, and I really have no objection. I spoke to Lindsay about this, that the court might be interested in having drug tests done today, just, to satisfy the court that there's not more serious issue going on.
Well, let's do this. If everybody can just kind of hold tight for a few minutes, we'll wait till we get Mr. Taylor in, and I'll call the other case.
That's fine, Judge.
And then we can just address the whole situation.
That's
Thank
fine.
you.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. So everybody just kind of stay where you're at. We'll give him just a few minutes. I bet he'll be logging in pretty soon.
All right.
Okay. Okay, we're still waiting to make contact with Mr. Taylor. I don't know, Mr. Hammonds, do you have his cell number?
Let me look real quick, Judge. All right.
No, he's had issues with his email recently. We had to use a workaround email.
Okay, and you know, he may be out of the office and working off his phone or something, so.
I do not have any other number than what you have, Judge.
All right, Miss Katie, did you just email him or did you have a number?
Judge, I have an email for him.
Okay. Okay, I'm bringing Mr. Taylor in. I'll wait till he's in and we'll address what we've got going on. We've got Mr. Taylor logged in. I'm just waiting to make sure he's there.
Here I am finally. I apologize, Your Honor.
It's okay. My understanding from Miss Katie, Mr. Taylor, is that the service contact was an incorrect email for you. And so you were unaware that you've been appointed to this case.
That's correct.
Okay. There's some discussion and it might be just as easy for me to put the attorneys in a breakout room real quickly and they could probably kind of bring you up to speed what is being discussed here. And I know you don't know anything that's going on, but we are talking about resetting this case, Mr. Taylor, and there's it's not technically a companion case, but goes along with, but let me just put the lawyers in a breakout room and you all can visit real quickly. And I think we can probably just reset both cases.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
So,
And Judge, I'm going to email Mr. Taylor the paperwork so that I can pass it to reference. So he knows.
All right. Okay. I'm going to put everybody that wasn't in one. I'll put you back in. I'm going to move you to one. Mr. Groff, you can go back to one.
Are Shelby and Lindsay together in the same location?
They are.
Okay, because I wasn't seeing my client's name anywhere on the screen, so.
Right. They're both present and.
Okay, yes. If I could have just a very brief moment to verify with her that she's in agreement to what we've discussed, I think we'll be able to announce.
Okay. And I think what we're talking about doing, maybe I'm incorrect, but are we talking about just vacating the setting today and then resetting it? We were looking at the 6th, February 6th or February 11th. Is that not really entering an order yet today? Is that my understanding?
Yeah, I think so. I think I just didn't have those dates. So let me double check.
I've just now tossed those out. Nobody else had those either, Bill.
Oh, okay. February 6th or 11. 6 would be wonderful. The 11th would be okay if it's in the afternoon because I've got a hearing over in Oldham County that morning in person. I don't get to Zoom yet.
The 6th would be fine for me, Judge.
Okay, Miss Katie had given me morning time, so I don't know if that'll work in the afternoon.
Okay.
Let me.
The 6th is clear. It's the 11th that I would have to have afternoon only.
Okay. Mr. Hammonds, can you do the morning of the 6th if we need a hearing?
Judge, I do have a juvenile hearing in Judge Anderson's
you know what time?
Wow. Yeah. If you could put it at around 10:30, you're hearing at 10:30, that ought to be fine.
I'm sure we can do that. The dockets haven't gone
Yeah.
out yet, so.
Yeah, 10:30 or 11, just make it a later morning hearing. I can usually get Judge Anderson to do my hearing first. I'm out of there by 9:30, 9:45, so.
Okay, I'm sure we could set it at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, something like that.
That'd work.
Okay, all right, Mr. Taylor, you need to speak with your client real quickly.
Just very, very briefly, Your Honor.
Okay, she is logged in with, do you want Mr. Hammonds to go with you too?
I think I'm.
Go ahead, Ted. TD.
Yeah, I'm fine, Judge. I think Shelby and Lindsay have discussed, everything. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to put her device to room 2, and Mr. Taylor, I'll move you in there too.
And I think, Your Honor, that we're okay with announcing the agreement to reset on the 6th, and then I can talk with her after, if you'll put us in the breakout room after.
Oh, okay. Hang on then. You could ignore that prompt. Let me move her back in.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Ms. Garrett and Ms. Fox, then, sorry, I didn't mean to be bouncing you around, but it sounds to me like what we're going to do today is just, I'm going to call the other case, but we're going to reset these. So I will also call cause number 9. So Mr. Taylor is now present with us and Ms. Fox is present. My understanding is we have a potential relative to do a home study on, and that maybe Ms. Garrett and Ms. Fox would want the children placed there for the time being, to get some issues resolved on the home. But for purposes of what we're doing today, we would just be announcing an agreed reset February 6th. 2025, and that'll be on a 9 o'clock docket, and preferably at 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. So is that correct? Is that really all we're going to do today?
Yes, that's correct, John.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, then I will reset both cases for February 6th of 2025. And Miss Katie will try to push those on the docket to 10:30 to 11 o'clock. As always, if you have an agreement and can do an agreed order in advance, that's great. We may not even need the hearings, but I'll leave that up to you all. Mr. Taylor, I will then move you into a breakout room with your client, and then you all can just leave from there.
Okay, thank you, John.
You're very welcome.
Everybody have a blessed day.
You too, Bill. Thank you.
So, we'll go ahead and take announcements, and then I'll see where we stand with everything.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, all. Gene Graff and Keyshawn Mahone on behalf of the department, present, ready to proceed.
William Taylor, representing Shelby Fox, mother of one of the children, and she's present and I'm present, ready to proceed.
T.D. Hammonds for Lindsay Garrett, ready to proceed, Judge.
Stacy Zavala for the children.
All right. Thank y'all. All right, Mr. Graff, where do we stand? We calling witnesses, or what are we doing?
Yes, Judge, just to give the court a heads up, I spoke with Mr. Taylor yesterday and previously with Mr. Hammonds, and it sounds like parents have relocated the children down to Graham, Texas with, I believe it's Ms. Garrett's mother. The department would still like to proceed and request services, so we'd like to put on some testimony to that effect.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me make sure that was with Ms. Garrett's mother.
If I understood correctly, I believe it's Ms. Garrett's mother. The parties can correct me if I have that wrong.
It's her grandmother. My mother's
grandmother. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Taylor, is that your understanding what we're doing today?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay,
Uh,
and Mr.
Yes.
Hammond?
yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Yes, Judge.
all right then. Okay, Mr. Garvey, you can call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Call Ms. Mahone.
All right. Ms. Mahone, if you'll raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Mahone, you are the assigned CPS investigator in the matter of the Garrett and Fox families. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and approximately when were you assigned?
October 23rd of 2024.
Okay, and who are the children and what are their ages?
About 14 years old.
Okay, and who are the parents?
Lindsay Garrett is the mother to Jalen. Baby Fox is the mother to Caden Reed.
Okay, and I understand that Ms. Garrett and Ms. Fox are in a significant relationship. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and they're co-parenting the two children?
Yes.
Okay. And you signed the affidavit and filed the petition for an order to participate in services in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are the allegations true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
Okay. When you were assigned, what were the allegations?
So there were concerns regarding the water in the home not being operable, the children's attendance, the children being left at school for an extended amount of time.
And when you say their attendance, you mean their school attendance?
Yes.
Okay. And so upon your assignment, what did you do to investigate the allegations?
So I contacted the school to verify the attendance allegations, and then I attended the home and spoke with Lindsay and Shelby about the allegations.
And were you able to confirm that there were problems with the school attendance?
Yes.
And what did you understand to be the attendance issues?
That the children had missed multiple days of school this school year. Some excused and some unexcused. I know that as far as Jalen goes, Lindsay's child, they had completed a written agreement with the school stating that she was unable to miss school for the next 45 days unless she had a doctor's note. The agreement wasn't being followed, so that they had to go to a workshop. And if she was to miss any more days, then they would be sent to truancy court.
Okay. And you said that you, as part of your investigation, following up with the school, did you also attempt to contact the parents?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have any difficulty reaching them?
Initially, yes, I did.
Okay. And but you eventually were able to make contact?
Yes.
And where were they living?
They were living at their home.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want me to say the address or not, but
4310. Okay, what? All right, because we're on YouTube, we often don't give out that kind of private information. So anyway.
All right. And so you were able to reach them. Were you able to, or did you attempt to gain access to home to assess the living conditions and also to interview the children?
So initially I did attempt to assess the home for safety.
Okay.
But
and what happened?
permission wasn't granted.
Okay. Were you able to discuss the concerns with the parents about the school attendance with the children?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you learn from the parents?
So they did say that the kids had missed some days of school. They also informed me about the plan that they came up with the school as far as them not being able to miss school for 45 days. and that they will be following the plan. I guess they were just having like issues with transportation and things like that.
And so that made it difficult for them to actually follow through with the plan that they made.
Yes.
Okay. And were you able to interview the children at all?
Yes.
And did you have any concerns based on those interviews?
Yes.
What were your concerns?
The concerns as far as there not being any water in the home, the water not being cut on in the home.
Okay. And were you ever able to gain access to the home?
Yes.
Okay. And were you able to assess the condition?
Yes.
And approximately when was that?
On November 27th of 2024.
Okay. And were the utilities operable at that time?
All of the utilities were except the water.
Okay. And what did you have any conversations with the parents about your concerns about the water issue?
Nothing, I'm sure. Yes, I did have a conversation with them.
And what did they tell you?
They told me that they were having plumbing issues and that they have been having plumbing issues.
Okay. And was there any plan to get those resolved?
So they were in the process of trying to like find plumbers. But from my understanding, it was just too expensive. And they just didn't have the money for it.
Okay. And that was based on your first initial investigation, is that right?
Yes.
Were you able to identify any services or anything that might help them address the school issue or the housing issue?
So I did talk to them about the services that the department offers with this family safety services and Texas Family First.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay, ladies, let's get the rules straight real quick. You don't get to just chime in when you want.
I mean, y'all get to do whatever.
Hey, hold on. You're going to get your chance. You both have attorneys. They have the right to ask questions of this witness. They can put you on as witnesses. Trust me, you're going to get your day in court. But it's totally inappropriate for you all to be interjecting and interrupting. Okay? We understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay. And so you were able to talk with them about Texas Family First, and did you say FBSS?
Yes.
Okay. And were they receptive or not to what was being offered?
They weren't receptive. They didn't feel like services was needed.
Okay. And then did you receive a subsequent referral regarding the home condition?
Yes, I did.
And approximately when was that?
That was on November 25th of 2024.
And what was the basis of that allegation?
So the intake came in, it was regarding concerns for the condition of the home, drug usage by Lindsay, and Lindsay being arrested for shoplifting.
Okay. And was there, regarding the drug use, was there a specific drug mentioned?
Yes, methamphetamine.
Okay. And then what did you do to investigate that referral?
So I went back out to the home and made contact with Lindsay and Shelby again to discuss that intake.
Okay. And did they cooperate? Did they meet with you?
Yeah, they spoke with me.
Okay. And were you also given an opportunity to assess the home condition at that visit?
So that's when I was able to assess the home for safety.
Okay. And we'll start with that subject. What was the condition of the home like at that occasion?
It was pretty appropriate. Like I said, the main concern as far as the home goes was there being no water.
Okay, so the water was still off.
Yeah.
Were you able to discuss the allegations of drug use with, particularly with Lindsay?
Yes.
And what did she tell you?
She denied recent drug usage.
Okay. And did you have reason to have issue with those denials?
Yes.
What was the reason?
Because when I contacted the probation officer and I spoke to her.
Objection, hearsay.
Not being offered for the truth of the matter, Your Honor. It's being offered as to why she took issue with with the denial that the mother was making.
It goes to the truth of the matter, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna sustain it as to hearsay.
Okay, so so the mother denied Matthews. Did she and or Ms. Fox agree to drug test?
At that time, no.
Okay. Did you have a subsequent conversation with her about drug testing?
Yes.
And when was that?
I had went back out to the home on December 17th.
Okay. And at that point, was it just Ms. Garrett or was also Ms. Fox who had agreed to drug test for you?
They both agreed.
Okay. And did you offer other services during that visit?
Yes, I talked about services again.
Okay. And was that the same services that you previously testified to, TFF, FBSS, those sorts of things? Okay. And did they accept or reject that offer at that time?
They rejected.
Okay. So the only thing they agreed to do was drug test?
Yes.
And did you make a referral?
Yes.
And where did you make the referral to?
To Care Express.
Okay. And did they follow through with drug testing?
No.
Was that when you made the decision to file the case?
Yes.
Okay. And then when we were in court last week, did the parents again agree to drug test for you?
Yes.
And did you make a referral?
Yes.
Did they follow through?
No.
All right. Now I understand parents have indicated that the children have been moved to the Ms. Garrett's grandmother down in Graham, Texas. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I understand. Well, let me strike that. Have you been able to assess the appropriateness of the grandmother as a caretaker?
Yes.
Okay. And is that through courtesy supervision in Graham?
What was that? I'm sorry. Can you?
Is that through a courtesy supervision through Graham, Texas?
So we did request that a courtesy worker go out there and assess the home for safety.
Okay. But at this point in time, you have no issues with that voluntary placement, do you?
No.
Okay. So the fact that the children have now been placed out of the home, does that change your position regarding the parents' need to participate in services articulated in your petition?
No.
And why is that?
Because for one, Lindsay, she has an extensive history with the department regarding her drug usage, the positive screen for probation. And then she was engaged, with probation, she was engaged in services for her drug usage. However, she stopped being compliant with them and she's no longer engaged in those services. And we just have concerns. The family has a pattern of instability in the home and the children just continuously missing school and them also having history of not cooperating with the department to alleviate the safety concerns.
And so is the concern that basically if we walk away that the children will just come back to the same environment, same situation? Okay. And does that lack of participation cause a continuing danger to in your belief, the health or safety of the children based on this pattern of behavior you described? And
yes.
Okay. And what services are you requesting that they participate in?
So we would like for the parents to participate in the children to participate in individual counseling, drug classes, do a drug and alcohol assessment, some parenting classes, and rational behavior therapy.
Okay. And to the extent that you're asking for the children to participate, are those services that could be made available to them even in Graham, Texas?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. No further questions. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Mahone, if he asked you and you, I may have missed something, but has the utilities situation in the home been resolved?
From my understanding, it hasn't been.
Has not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Taylor, any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. First, ma'am, I'd like to address the statement you made that you're concerned about the pattern. According to your report, prior to the current investigation, there was a report and an investigation made in May of 2016. Is that correct?
In 2016?
Yes, May of 2016.
Yes.
And another one in May of 2022.
Yes.
That's 6 years apart, correct?
Yes.
And then another one in September of 2022. All three of those investigations there was not a finding made of neglectful supervision or abuse or neglect, correct?
Yes.
In fact, the report says, on all three of those, the report says not validated on. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, with regard to the current investigation, the school is addressing the attendance issue, or was, but if the children have been removed and gone to Graham, Texas, that's no longer an issue, correct?
Yes.
Now, Shelby Fox and Lindsay Garrett told you that their issue with the school attendance was basically a transportation problem. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, with regard to the marijuana use, both of them admit, with regard to drug use, both of them admitted to marijuana use, correct?
Yes.
And that they would test positive for marijuana use.
Yes.
They denied ever using marijuana around the children or in such a way that it would affect the children. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you don't have anything to dispute that statement, do you?
About them using it in front of the children?
Yeah, you don't have anything to show they've used marijuana in front of the children, or that their use of marijuana has negatively affected the children. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, with regard to your report, you saw these children on multiple occasions, both at school and at home. Is that true?
Yes.
And you found the children to be clean, well-dressed, healthy, and developmentally on target. And that's a quote from your report. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
And on another place in your report, when you talked specifically to Caden, he expressed no concern and was comfortable in the home and happy. Is that correct?
Yep.
And when you talked to Jaden, he also expressed no concerns. Is that right?
Jalen expressed the concerns for the water not being cut on in the home.
Well, other than the water issue, and we will address that specifically. With regard to the water issue, Ms. Garrett and Ms. Fox both told you that they have water in the home, multiple jugs of water. Is that correct?
Yes.
And when you entered the home and gained admission to the home, you found it appropriate except for the water issue, and you did find and put in your report that indeed there were many jugs of water in the home. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Ms. Fox and Ms. Garrett reported to you that they and the children take baths and showers at other locations outside of the home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hammonds?
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Mahone, have you spoken to Lindsay Garrett's probation officer?
Not recently, no.
Okay. Do you know probation officer's name?
If it's okay with the judge too.
I couldn't hear you.
Are you
Ms.
looking
Mahoney.
for the name?
Yes.
Do you think you have the name somewhere in your notes, or?
Yeah, I believe, yes, she had given me the name, but also when you call up there, you can just ask for their probation officer to speak with them.
Okay. And do you know why she is on probation?
She is on probation for attempting to murder her husband.
Okay, how long ago was that?
I can't recall how long that's been, but I believe it.
All right, but so she is under the supervision of the probation department.
Yes.
All right. And the probation department can require her to submit drug tests.
Yes.
Are you aware of any pending hearings coming up in regards to her probation?
No.
Have you spoken to her grandmother in Graham, Texas?
Yes.
Do you believe grandmother is going to be protective of these kids?
Based off of my conversation with her, it sounds like she is.
Did you inform grandmother that if for some reason the kids were removed from her household, grandmother needed to contact you?
Yes.
Do you believe grandmother will do that?
Yes.
All right. Is there any service that you plan to provide to these two people that would help them repair their plumbing line to the alley?
That would just have to be a conversation that they have with the service worker.
Okay, but both of them are employed, correct?
Lindsay and Shelby?
Yes.
Unless they recently got jobs, but my last conversation with them, they were unemployed.
Okay. Did they indicate to you how they were providing for the household? Food, clothing, utilities?
Yes, so Shelby, she was working a job, but then she had quit the job.
Okay. What about Lindsay?
Lindsay, she said that she had a job as well, but it just wasn't consistent enough for her.
Okay. Mr. Hammonds, let me interrupt.
And like Mr. Yeah.
Mr. Hammonds, let me interrupt real quick. Do they own this property or do they rent it?
Yeah.
They own.
They own it. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Hammond. Sorry.
My understanding is, yeah, that's fine. My understanding is your answers to Mr. Taylor. When you met with these children, the children were comfortable with the situation in the household. They love their parents, and they did not express any concerns to you.
Yes.
And in fact, the water situation, as Mr. Taylor indicated, they do have bottles of water in the house. They go to other houses for bathing, things of that nature.
Yes.
I have nothing further, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Zavala?
Ms. Mahone, I know you talked about the agreement with the school, regarding attendance. What was the issue with the kids being left at the school?
So the kids had, the parents didn't go pick the kids up from school. The school attempted the home multiple times to try to, get a hold of the parents. They called them multiple times. They ended up having to call family members, which came to the school for the children. And it was like way after 5 o'clock before the parents were able to get in contact with.
The agreement that was entered into regarding attendance, do you know when that was?
So the agreement, it was signed on November 15th.
And did I hear you correctly that at some point that agreement wasn't being followed?
Yes, ma'am.
The last time you spoke to the school, had parents started to follow that?
I believe. Yeah, they have started to follow it, but no, Jalen had missed school on the 18th. Excuse me. So it was signed on the 15th, and then Jalen missed school on the 18th.
Have you been able to confirm whether they've been enrolled in school in Graham?
No, not yet.
Have you been able to confirm whether they've been withdrawn from school here?
No, ma'am.
When you talked with parents, how long did they say that the children would be in Graham?
They didn't say.
Has there been any paperwork done to make grandmother legal placement of the kids?
To my knowledge, no.
Any kind of power of attorney or anything given to grandmother?
No, ma'am.
And there's been no discussion about how long the plan was for the kids to stay there.
So when I had spoke to grandmother, she said that Lindsay and Shelby, they contacted her and asked her if she could keep the kids until the end of the school year.
When was it that the kids went down there?
So I spoke with grandmother yesterday, and she told me that Lindsay and Shelby contacted her and said that the kids needed to be in Graham, Texas today by 10 o'clock a.m.
Okay, so they maybe have been transported yesterday, or?
At the time when I had spoke with her, they hadn't been transported, but I guess that was the plan.
Okay, so has there been any confirmation that the kids have actually made it to Graham?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then I know Mr. Taylor went over with you some of the previous CPS history. We've got two moms involved here, and so there's some slightly different history, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I know you went through Shelby's history. So for Lindsay, if I'm reading it correctly, in October of 2016, she was validated on?
Yes.
Okay. And then in August of 2020, there was a validation for neglectful supervision, physical neglect.
Yes, and sexual
Okay.
abuse, yes.
And then the report states that the child was removed from her care. Was that Jalen that we're talking about, or was that a different child?
It was Jalen.
Okay, how long was Jalen out of her mom's home?
For about a year. About a year.
So probably went back in August of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I pass the witness.
Okay, so we don't know where the children are right now?
Yes, John, I'll clarify all that with testimony from Ms. Fox.
Are they in the car with the mothers right now?
They're en route. The aunt picked them up, or the aunt arrived last night and picked them up this morning and left this morning and is en route. And Ms. Fox and Ms. Garrett did indeed provide written authorization both for the aunt to transport them and for the grandmother to have full authority to enroll them in school, to discipline, to attend to all of their needs.
Okay, kind of a care and control.
Yes, care, control, and possession documentation.
All right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Taylor. Okay, Mr. Groff, anything further of this witness?
Just briefly, and Ms. Zavala covered a big chunk of my question, my redirect question. So I'm going to just limit it to regarding the children. You indicated in your petition there was also some concerns about possible marijuana use by the kids. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And were you able to get any more information about that as part of your investigation?
Other than me speaking, the information that I gathered from Lindsay and Shelby.
Okay. And they denied it, I would assume?
No, they admitted to the marijuana usage.
Well, I'm talking about the children. Was there allegations about the children? I'm just clarifying what was in the petition. Were there allegations that the children were using marijuana or the parents were using marijuana?
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
I'm just clarifying, was there an allegation regarding the children using marijuana, or was the allegation around the parents using marijuana?
Oh, the parents.
Okay. All right. Thank you for clarifying that. And then when you spoke with Lindsay on the 27th of November, at that point in time, she indicated fear that she was likely going to be revoked on her probation. Did she not?
Yes.
Okay. And that was because of the arrest and the allegations about drug use. Is that right?
About the theft.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear your answer, Ms. Mahone.
About the theft.
Okay.
Okay, so she thought she was going to be revoked about the theft. And at this point in time, we don't know what her current status is on the probation. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have any questions for Ms. Mahone?
I have just a couple of follow-up questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
When you spoke with Ms. Garrett and Ms. Fox, and you testified earlier that it's your understanding that they own the home. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, were you not told that the title to the house is in some relative, I believe a great uncle of Ms. Garrett, and there's going to have to be some probate taken care of to actually ever get the title of the house into her name? Is that correct?
They never said anything about any probate stuff being done.
Okay, but they did say something about the title being in some older.
Yeah. And somebody in Lindsay's family owns it, but they gave permission to Lindsay to live in the home completely, and she's responsible for anything regarding the home.
Now, do you know where Shelby Fox last worked?
So she told me that she last worked at Murphy's.
And did she tell you she's looking for employment but having difficulty finding it?
Yeah, she said that she was looking for employment.
And did she tell you that transportation continues to be an issue?
I don't recall saying anything about the transportation. They told me that their vehicle was up and running.
And they did get it up and running. Okay.
Yes.
I believe you said something about the 18th was the last time that you are aware of the kids' attendance problem.
So I said that the bid plan, the attendance plan, was completed on the 15th, and then on the 18th, Jalen missed school.
And what month was that?
In November.
Okay, 18th of November. You don't know anything about their attendance since the 18th of November?
Yes, so I spoke with the school again, and they, on the 12th, because Jalen had missed more days of school. So on December 12th, Lindsay was sent to the workshop, the attendance workshop, and then they missed school on it was an excuse because of that snow day, but yeah.
Now, with regard to being late picking them up, did you determine how many times that actually occurred?
Yes. So from what I was told, that was the first time they had been left at school for that long.
I'm sorry, I did not understand your answer. Could you repeat it, please?
That was the first time the kids have ever been left at school for that long amount of time.
And was it also the last, as far as you're aware?
Yes.
So one occasion.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, anybody else have any questions for Ms. Mahone?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, Judge.
Mr. Groff, you have any other witnesses?
No, ma'am.
All right, let me just find out, Mr. Taylor, are you going to call your client?
I do intend to call my client, yes.
Mr. Hammonds, are you going to call your client?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you all back in the waiting room. I'm going to take up this initial permanency hearing that was supposed to start at 11. We'll roll through it as quickly as we can. And then I believe the adversary hearing that was scheduled at 11:15 is going to be a reset. So we'll just slide into that time slot. So everybody I'll put you in the waiting room, and I'll bring you back in as soon as we're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That'll be fine, Judge. Judge, I'm on my cell phone. I'm going to call in from my office phone because I can hear better on it. So,
sure.
I'm just going to start over. And so,
That's fine. You'll be out in my waiting room.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, I believe the department has rested. So, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor, I would call Shelby Fox.
All right. Ms. Fox, if you will, please raise your right hand. Get you on camera and raise your right hand.
She actually ran into the restroom, so she will be right back out.
Okay.
I can go first if you would like for me to.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Mr. Taylor, because in the interest of time, I've still got other things to hear today. So are you good with Mr. Hammond's proceeding with his client?
Yes, I'm absolutely.
All right, Mr. Hammonds.
Yeah, Judge, I'll call Lindsay Garrett.
All right, Ms. Garrett, if you will raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then you may proceed, Mr. Hammonds.
Thank you, Judge. Lindsay, how long have you lived at that?
Since I was about 5 years old.
Okay, and who owns that house right now?
My uncle.
Okay, he has, well, who lived in that home before you moved in?
I moved in there with my grandparents, like I said, when I was about 5 years old. Before that, it was my grandma's house.
I got you. Okay. Now, when did you begin to have problems with the plumbing back to the alley?
Probably about 2017 is when they really started pretty bad.
Okay, and you've had plumbers come out and look at the situation?
Yes, sir. I've had it estimate and quotes and everything, and it was about between $15,000 and $20,000 to redo the entire line.
And that, okay, that's to replace the line from the house back to the main contact in the alley, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and where are you working right now?
Right now I'm a mobile mechanic. I mean I've had I'm a mobile mechanic at the moment. I have to get my my ID to get a job, but I'm gonna be getting a job back at AutoZone.
Okay. Have you ever had a driver's license?
Yes.
All right. Why do you not have one right now?
I have to pay for the SR22 class.
Okay. So right now, I mean, just finances are a little tight and you're having to work through that.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have any problems with your friends or family allowing you to come over, bathe the children and yourself while you've been having these water problems?
No, sir.
And you're able to buy the big jugs of water for cooking and just drinking and things like that?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
and that's what you've been doing?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been on probation?
5 years.
And have you talked to your probation officer lately?
I have not.
Okay, but you understand, if something comes up in regards to your probation, there are certainly a lot of different options available for the court on how they want to handle your future probation.
Yes, sir.
And you're hoping to get all that resolved again within the next 4 or 5 months during the school year.
Yes, sir.
And your intent is to leave the children down with your grandmother in Graham, Texas.
Yes, sir. We honestly, we were gonna have the kids go down there in September because of the water issue, but my grandpa got really sick, and he actually passed away a couple days before Christmas, and so it really wasn't the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand, you know, things have just been a little chaotic over the last couple months. You did have a vehicle that was not running, but now it's running.
Yes, sir. We got into a car wreck, last year, and so we didn't have a car. It took a lot to get it fixed, and that's the only reason the kids missed. I mean, my daughter actually fractured her ankle too, so she missed a little bit for that. But we even tried getting a hold of the school to get them get picked up by the bus, and apparently we live too close for that. We did reach out to the school.
Okay, about how many? All right, about how many blocks are you from the school?
About 6 blocks.
Okay. And other family members and friends have been able to help you with the transportation issue?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, I guess push comes to shove, the kids can walk to school.
Yeah, we have walked into school quite a few times. Yeah, they do not walk by themselves.
Okay. Are you just basically not wanting to have Child Protective Services or St. Francis in your business?
No, sir, I am very much not wanting to have that. Back in 2020, my ex-husband was molesting my daughter, and I'm the one pretty much that got in trouble. I understand that my actions were not, I didn't handle the situation correctly, but I protected my child, and that's what a mother is supposed to do. And I like I said, I am still on probation. I have done all kinds of things for probation and for CPS to get her home. But I'm a good mom.
And he's in jail for that right now.
No, sir. He spent a couple months in jail, and I have no idea what happened after that. He is not registered, and we were supposed to testify, and then nothing ever happened after that. I can't, the detective never calls me back, so I really don't know what's going on with any of that.
Okay, but I mean, at this moment, have you tried to find him in the TDCJ locator information?
Yes, sir. He is not in there.
Okay. And you don't know if he's in any county jail right now?
No, sir.
I mean, technically, I guess he could be awaiting trial, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it was in 2020 for COVID, but I mean, it's been quite a while.
Okay. Well, I can just tell you some of those cases are being tried as we speak. So it's not unusual to be trying a 4, 5, 6-year-old felony right now. All right. Is it your intent to let the children stay down there with your grandmother? They're safe. It's a good place for them.
Yes, sir. It's a very good place for them.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge.
Talk to you, Chief.
All right. Mr. Groff?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a few questions. Ms. Garrett, so you're not actually employed at the moment, but you're attempting to get...
I mean, I'm self-employed. I filed taxes for self-employment.
But it sounds like in order to actually work as a mobile mechanic, you need to have a driver's license, and it sounds like you've gotten functional transportation now, but you're just working on getting your license. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I just lost my license. That just happened.
Okay. So you're in a car right now. Are you driving or is Ms. Fox driving?
I mean, she was driving, but we switched places, so.
Okay. You are sitting in the driver's seat at the moment.
I am sitting in the driver's seat.
Okay. And my client reported that when she met with you at the end of November, you had indicated that you had actually stopped attending your drug court program. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that was following an arrest?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to ask you about those charges, but...
I did not do those charges. I was not the one that stole anything.
Okay, but those charges are still pending. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how long have you been out of drug court?
I got arrested the 25th. I had been doing everything up until then. I failed a drug test at the beginning of October, and that's why I went into drug court. And I've been clean ever since, and I went to everything. I did all the meetings. I did everything.
But you're still not in drug court at this moment in time, just so I'm clear.
No, sir, I'm not. I'm waiting for my attorney to get me off probation. I mean,
okay. And you've admitted smoking or taking marijuana to my client, is that right?
It was CBD and it happened like once. Yes.
Okay, but you've denied using methamphetamine.
Yes.
Okay, but you did agree twice to drug test for Ms. Mahone, and then you didn't follow through with that. Is that correct?
I agreed once to do that, and my radiator to my car did not have a vehicle at the moment.
Was that back in December?
Was in December?
November,
Yes.
December? Okay.
Yes.
But
Okay, Ms.
we-
Fox, hang on. You can't ask her for a correct answer. You just need to answer what you think.
I just couldn't remember when it was.
I understand. If you don't remember, that's the answer. I don't remember.
Okay.
I agreed the second time she asked me.
Okay. Well, you agreed last week to go do a drug test, though, didn't you, when we were last in court?
I didn't hear anybody ask for that when we were in court.
And you didn't hear your attorney put that on the record that you were willing to go drug test?
I did not. I was willing to go drug test. I did not hear that though.
Okay. So you admit you didn't go and drug test last week, and then there was a prior incident where Ms. Mahone met with you, previously testified to, where you had agreed, but you're saying your car broke down.
I
And
asked
so-
her to give me her phone number and she never gave it to me. So I could have called her and told her that, but I asked her every time she came over for her phone number and she never gave it to me.
All right. Thank you. Nothing further.
Let me, Ms. Garrett, let me just ask. So you don't actually own this property? Your uncle, who does?
My uncle does.
Okay. Have you talked to your uncle about fixing the sewer line?
Yes, ma'am. My uncle doesn't want anything to do with it, really. My aunt or my grandma willed it to him as he's the executor of her will. And so he doesn't want it. I grew up there, so I wanted it. It's the house I grew up in. So he pretty much just,
But you understand, I mean, you don't have legal title to that property. So, I mean, you're free to walk away from that and go rent or do something else.
Yes, ma'am. I've been staying because of probation, really. And then like this all kind of happened at the same time, and I'm having issues getting a hold of my lawyer for the probation. That's Daryl Carey's my lawyer for that.
Okay, but my point is, have you considered just walking away from that and renting something where you've got working utilities and someone else that's
Yes, ma'am.
responsible for those things?
Yes, ma'am. And honestly, that is my plan, to leave Amarillo altogether.
Okay. But you can't do that right now.
I mean, I like I said, it was probation. I'm trying to take care of, everything before. I mean, I don't want to leave and get in trouble for leaving. I mean, I'm trying to take care of everything.
Okay. All right. Then Mr. Taylor, you have any questions?
I have no questions of her if my client is back and available.
He's back.
I need,
Okay.
but all right. So Ms. Zavala, any questions for Ms. Garrett?
Ms. Garrett, what paperwork or provisions have been put in place for your grandmother to take care of the kids?
My attorney. Oh, okay. Yeah, we just sent copies to both attorneys. It's a temporary guardianship and power of attorney until further notice. And then we gave my aunt, what did we give her? To take them down there, permission to take them down there.
Is the plan for you all to join the kids there when you can?
I'm not sure that it'll be in Graham, but the plan is to leave Amarillo, all of us together, to leave Amarillo, to move somewhere else.
Why was it that you thought that your probation was going to be revoked?
I got arrested for shoplifting, which I did not do. But I mean, that right there, I mean, that's another charge, another felony charge that they said it was a felony. They enhanced it from I got in trouble for shoplifting in 2009. So they tried to enhance it into a felony. And so I called my probation officer and I told her everything that happened, and she made it pretty clear that it was gonna revoke my probation.
I thought you had said earlier that you stopped communicating with your probation officer.
But I mean, I've talked to her a few times since everything happened, but not within the last month. Her name is Brittany Smith, by the way, my probation officer.
And then for drug court, you just stopped attending?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you weren't released from drug court.
No, ma'am.
Do you intend to go back?
Well, if my probation is up in the air, I will be arrested at drug court.
I pass the witness.
Ms. Garrett, have you seen a motion to revoke or anything regarding your probation?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Hammonds, anything further of your client?
No, Judge.
All right. Anybody else have any questions they need to ask Ms. Garrett?
No, Judge.
I have one, Your Honor.
Sure.
You've mentioned several times your attorney in connection with the probation and the concerns. But you said you haven't been served with a motion to revoke yet?
No,
Is that
sir.
correct?
No, sir. That's correct. I have not been served with that yet.
Is the attorney the same attorney that was representing you when you were put on probation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Hammonds, you have any further witnesses to call?
No, Judge, I rest.
All right. Mr. Taylor?
I'd call Shelby Fox.
All right. Ms. Fox, if we raise your right hand for me. All right. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
And
All right.
Shelby,
you may proceed.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor. Shelby, you are the mother of Caden.
Yes, that is correct.
And you've heard all the testimony so far, have you not?
Yes, sir.
And is there anything about that testimony that you wish to refute or deny or address?
I just want to address the fact that we were not offered services from Miss Mahone. We had asked, but never received any type of services. And she had said that she sees that we are trying to get the plumbing fixed and that we do have water. The kids are comfortable and well taken care of, and she saw no concerns. And
Specifically with regard to the allegation of drug use, you and Lindsay both, I believe, have admitted using marijuana. Is that correct?
the CBD from the smoke shop, yes, sir.
Okay. Any other marijuana use other than the CBD
No, sir.
product that you get from the smoke shop?
No, sir.
Okay. The documentation that you sent with your aunt and the children to take to your grandmother, was that basically something that was dictated over the phone by me that you prepared?
Yes, sir.
And did it give your aunt specific authorization to have possession of the children to transport them to Graham?
Yes, sir.
To Lindsay's grandmother's?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
And did it specifically give Lindsay's grandmother the right to care, custody, and control possession of the children for so long as they shall remain there?
Yes, sir, that is correct. And it also gives her permission to make any decisions regarding medical, dental, discipline, and schooling.
All right. And what are you considering doing if there's no way to get the plumbing fixed in the fairly not so distant future?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, what are you considering doing? Are you considering staying in the home and indefinitely, or do you have something else in mind?
No, sir. We plan on relocating our whole family out of Amarillo and away from the issue, because financially it is too much for us to fix.
Okay. And um, are you currently seeking employment?
Yes, sir, I am.
What was your last job?
My last job was a cashier at Murphy's.
And why did that job end?
It ended because there was a lot of customers coming in being very vulgar towards me and making me very uncomfortable. I addressed those concerns with my manager and she did nothing about it. And so being uncomfortable, I left and now I'm searching for different employment.
And how long ago did you leave that job?
It was, I want to say, around the end of November.
Okay. And why have you been finding difficulty finding a new job?
Well, at first it was transportation, but we did get that resolved. And now it's more of every job I've applied to, they send me an email saying that they have decided to move on with a different candidate. But I have not given up and I'm still applying everywhere.
Okay. Thank you, Shelby. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gruff.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Fox, how long have you lived in the home with Ms. Garrett?
3 years, almost 4 years.
Okay, so you would agree the plumbing issue has been a longstanding problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how long has the water actually been off?
It has, I want to say, about 5 to 6 months.
Okay. And then you also agreed to do UAs along with Shelby. Is that right?
And with Lindsay, yes.
Or Lindsay, excuse me. You're Shelby. Sorry. And you likewise didn't actually follow through with the UA, did you?
Correct.
Right. And that was there was actually 2 instances last week and the time that Ms. Mahone offered or requested that you do it. Is that right?
The time in December, the first time we did not comply due to transportation issues, and the current time I do not recall being asked to do a drug test.
Okay. And did you tell Ms. Mahone that you were not able to do the UA because of transportation issues when she made that referral in December?
I was not able to get a hold of her. She did not leave me with her number. And I had tried to call the CPS office multiple times and I never received a call back.
Okay, but when she asked you to UA, you didn't tell her at that time that you didn't have a ride?
We told her that we did. We did at the time, and then the radiator had messed up.
Okay. Thank you. Nothing further.
Okay. Mr. Hammonds, any questions?
I just want to clarify something. Ms. Fox, I realize Jalen's father, has those criminal issues involved. Where is Caden's father?
I am unsure where his father is. I haven't spoke with him in about 8 or 9 years, and he has nothing to do with Caden.
Okay. I mean, do you think he's even still in the state of Texas, or?
I'm actually unsure. Whenever Caden was around 3 years old, I had went to court to get, full custody of him, which was very easy for me to do because there was a red flag for domestic violence against his father.
Okay, and were the two of you ever married, or was that just a relationship?
It was just a relationship. We were never married.
And he's never paid child support? Or...
No, he hasn't. He was scheduled to several years ago when we went to court, but he never has.
All right. I have nothing further, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Zavala?
So the children are on the way to Lindsay's grandmother. Have you met her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're comfortable with Caden being there?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the plan for getting him enrolled in school?
The plan is that Monday morning she is going to enroll them into Crestview Elementary.
I pass witness.
Okay, Mr. Hammonds, or excuse me, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor. Did you and Ms. Garrett formally and officially remove the children from school locally yesterday?
Yes, sir, we did.
And is it your intent to never return the children to the home you're living in now, as long as their water issue is not resolved?
Only to pack, and that's all.
Okay, so they're with Ms. Garrett's grandmother in Graham at least through the end of this school year, and perhaps longer, depending on how long it takes for you to find another place to move to?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay, I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, you have any other witnesses to call today?
I do not. I rest.
All right. Ms. Zavala?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Everybody close?
Yes, Rob.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, close.
All right. Ms. Zavala, you have a recommendation to make?
I believe so, Your Honor. It sounds like the kids may be headed to some place appropriate. And the truth of the matter is the water at the house is the least of my particular worries. My worries for the kids are the attendance at school, and following through with that. And then the red flags with the drug use and the complete withdrawal in terms of drug court and probation. And it sounds like there's some big issues there. If the kids are going to be at least semi-permanently in a place where they are safe, and that Ms. Mahone said is a potentially a good fit, then that's one thing. But my fear is we step aside at this point and they just come right back to where we are right now. So I would like to see the family work some services, or at least clear up these issues regarding all of these recent red flags.
May I respond, Your Honor?
Yeah, I'll give anybody if they want to make an argument. That was just her recommendation, but that's yes, sir.
I'll keep it brief. The school issue has certainly been resolved. Its kids have been taken out of school formally and officially, and are headed to Graham to the grandmother. The department, red flags are red flags, I agree, but they're certainly not evidence, and there is no evidence before the court of anything other than some CBD use as far as Shelby is concerned, and I don't think there's any real solid testimony with regard to Ms. Garrett other than she's on probation not for a drug-related issue, and her She may or may not be pending a revocation. If I understand right, she's not actually been served with one. But those issues don't really seem to be too related to whether or not there's reason to order services in a CPS case, especially when the children are not even here.
Okay, anybody else wish to make argument?
Just briefly, Your
Judge
Honor.
T.D. Hammond. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, you go ahead, Mr. Hammond. You can go first.
All right. Judge, I think the reality of it is we kind of have to trust other governmental entities sometimes to do what they're supposed to do. Miss Garrett is going to have to deal with the probation department. You know, be it take some drug and alcohol counseling, be it take some parenting classes, whatever. But I think St. Francis has a lot of other people that need their services beyond these two individuals. They seem to be satisfied. Lindsay's grandmother in Graham, if something changes in regards to the children, again, I think as individuals, we have to trust this woman to call the department and let them know if the children's situation changes. I mean, there's been nothing to indicate this woman is not trustworthy and would not do that and has the kids' best interests at heart. And that's the whole reason they're going down there. I just think it's one of those situations. The department has not met their burden. Leave these people alone. Let them live their life. Let them deal with this chaotic situation that has arisen over the last couple months, and the department can move on and investigate other people. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Groff?
Yeah, just briefly, Your Honor. I think chaos is a good word here. And what we've heard is that there's been chaos in this home for an extended period of time. And chaos, we all know, services can help stabilize chaos. I do appreciate Mr. Taylor facilitating this belated move for the kids. It sounds like that I'm cautiously optimistic is going to be a net positive for this family and particularly for the kids, and certainly hope for the best there. But I don't really hear anything more than sort of plans and hope that the parents are going to be able to stabilize their situation. And we all know the court can order services even when kiddos are placed out of the home. I just would argue that the services requested in this case could actually help these folks get some foundation under their feet so that when they eventually do relocate, that they can be in a better situation and have a more stable family situation. So that's our request at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Groff. Okay, so the statute clearly outlines what I have to find to order services. I'm gonna second what Mrs. Zavala said, is the water situation really is the least of my concerns. It's the education problem that really raises the big red flag to me. You know, the statute says I have to find that one of several things, you know, and that services are necessary to ensure the children's safety. I do find the evidence is sufficient that neglect has occurred based on the absences from school. And I was shocked to hear that the school is only 6 blocks away. And the kids still weren't getting to school. I mean, 6 blocks is, you know, 10-minute walk. You know, it is just not, it isn't that far. And, you know, these children are not toddlers. You know, they're 10 and 11. I mean, the truth is they could skip or run to school in probably less than 10 minutes.
Not in our neighborhood.
So even though the children are out of the home at this time, I do have the concern that if we just withdraw from involvement with the family at this moment, that you know, that'll all fall through. We all know a care and control agreement, as has been described, can be revoked by the parents at any given time. And the grandmother doesn't have legal custody. There's no court intervention in that kind of arrangement. So, you know, it's something that can be undone at a moment's notice. So I do find the evidence is sufficient that neglect has occurred and that the services are necessary to ensure the children's safety moving forward. I think that you all as parents are facing bigger problems. Ms. Garrett certainly, I think, is facing bigger problems by her absence from drug court and by her not checking in with probation, which possibly means, Ms. Fox, you may be doing this all by yourself, which is even, you know, a bigger concern, that the two of you have struggled and now it may be you. And you know, I don't know what may happen about grandmother and if grandmother, you know, at that point is just gonna keep, you know, Jalen, and if you're gonna go get Caden, you know, I don't know what that could look like. I don't have a crystal ball either. But you know, if I did have a crystal ball and I was looking into it right now, somewhere deep in that crystal ball, I'd be seeing a real problem on the horizon for Ms. Garrett. So I'm going to order the services. You know, our first compliance hearing is April 22nd.
Would it be okay if I say something, Your Honor?
Not right now. We have a compliance hearing scheduled for April 22nd. We'll revisit where everybody is with this at that time. Maybe by then we'll know the answers about Ms. Garrett's probation, about drug court, whether y'all have moved somewhere. You know, and then the case could be transferred if you move out of this area or whatever. There's just an awful lot of unknowns as we sit here today that could definitely impact the children. Definitely impact the children's health and safety. So I am going to order services, and, you know, we'll just take a good look at this in April. And if at such point in time you all get your situation sort of straightened out and if things seem to be kind of under control, you know, the department can always bring me a motion to dismiss this case. And that's always on the table. Your attorneys can file a motion for dismissal if you all kind of get some things squared away. I just think I think y'all have got way too many balls in the air right now for me to be comfortable about anything long-term for the kids. So continue to cooperate. I am going to order you both to go drug test today. You need to be there before 4:00. Can you get there?
I hope so. Yeah.
We can do our best.
Best doesn't cut it when it's court ordered. If you aren't there before 4:00 today, it'll be deemed a positive result. And that's not going to help anything. So I understand those tests may be positive. It just gives us a baseline. You know, this isn't a criminal court, different ramifications here. But you know, we need to know if we've got a problem or we don't have a problem. So I'm going to order you both to go give a UA and a hair drug screen today. And you've got to be there before 4:00.
Okay.
All right, then I'll see everybody back April 22nd, 2025 on a 9:00 docket, unless somebody files a motion, you know, before then. they do, we'll get it set and get it heard.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
Good luck. Good luck to
Thank
both
you,
of you.
Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
My last
Thank
matter,
you.
Judge, I'm going to sign off now with your permission.
Mr. Graff, who all are you looking for this morning?
I would be looking for Erica Smith, and I will just note I just got an email from Mr. Trout indicating he heard from Mr. Taylor, and Mr. Taylor's not available.
Right. He called me because he didn't have your number handy. I'll get it on the record here in just a second. And his client, I think, is present, so a compliance hearing. Mr. Taylor apparently is in the process of moving offices. His IT is all down. He wasn't able to log in, and he was having a difficult time even emailing. So my understanding, he's not going to be present, but he has indicated that his client, Ms. Fox, is in agreement with today's proceeding as far as continuing services. Ms. Fox, you're present. Can you unmute your device?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct? Your agreement to continue working services?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So in that case, Ms. Fox is obviously present. Mr. Taylor is not, but he's been in communication with the court. Ms. Zavala is present as the child's attorney, guardian ad litem. Mr. Graff is present for the department. If she is in agreement, is there anything we need to further that we really need to take up on the Fox case? I've reviewed the report, obviously, and kind of know where we stand.
Yeah, I don't believe so, Your Honor, and I appreciate the agreement. We'll continue to work services with this family and hopefully get to a place where reunification is possible.
And Your Honor, I will note the kids seem to be doing great. I was able to visit with them. The one thing that they really would like, I told them that I wasn't sure that we could do, but they really would like to have contact with Christian, a brother who lives with Dad. And so I told them that I would bring it up and ask about it, but I explained that he's not a party to this case and that I can't make that happen, but they would love to have some contact with him.
All right, Christian, and he's a brother to them?
Yes, and I apologize in my notes. I did not note which one he's the brother to. Shelby.
Ms. Fox, what's the relationship?
So that is actually Caden's half brother.
Okay. How old is he?
He is 6.
Okay. Does the department have contact information about who he lives with and all that information?
He's not part of our system, Your Honor, but I know the kids are placed with a grandmother. I don't know if maybe the grandmother doesn't have that contact information because of the half-brother status, but I don't know that my client has any objection if that can be arranged, maybe mom has the contact information.
I think the main thing is, Ms. Fox, if you can get contact information to your caseworker, we might be able to set it up for placement and, they can just make arrangements to get the kids together.
Okay, I can do that. That's not a problem.
It might not have to be anything that's done through the department. In other words, they could just, set a play date for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ms. Zavala, you think we can start there?
Yes, I think that would be great. And like I said, the kids seem to be doing really well.
Okay, great. All right, then. Obviously, then we'll continue the services in the Fox case, and we'll have our next compliance hearing on that on July 15th, 2025. That'll be on a 9:00 docket. Okay, Ms. Fox, you're free to go if you want. We're going to talk about the other case. You're free to stay if you want. We're treating these as companion cases, but so in the Garrett case, let's see. I don't have Mr. Hammonds logged in. Do we have any agreement on that case?
Yes, Judge, I can speak to that. Mr. Hammond sent an email out yesterday. He's in Canyon in a felony hearing before Judge Johnson. He indicated that his client is in the Hutchinson County Jail. He spoke with her last Friday. It looks like she's likely to be there for a couple of months, and then she will be transferred to Amarillo to deal with a probation violation. He goes on to indicate eventually she would like to cooperate with St. Francis, complete her services so she can regain custody of Jalen. But for now, she believes Jalen is in a safe environment with her grandmother in Graham, Texas, and she's not suggesting any changes to placement. And I think he sent that out to everybody, all the parties.
And I also got it. I didn't know if he'd actually signed off on an order with you, but that's fine. So sounds like they are in agreement just to continue and continue the services and work through this. So since it didn't seem like there was any problems with placement or any disagreement about that. So okay. Ms. Zavala, anything additional on the Garrett matter?
No, Your Honor. It was nice to hear them both talking about the friends that they've made and how well school's going. No concerns.
Okay. All right then. Okay, then we'll obviously just continue. Like I said, in the Garrett case, we'll continue the services, and we will have a compliance hearing on that case as well on July 15th, same time on the 9 o'clock docket. And I appreciate everybody logging in this morning. And I will see you all back in July. I don't think I had any, I didn't have any particular questions or concerns about where we're at on this. And so sounded like the kids are doing good. So, all right. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you
That's
all.
all I have before you this morning.
We're conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming, and I am recording to the Zoom cloud. I don't have a court reporter this afternoon. So if anybody needs a copy, let us know and we can make it available. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Pamela Ferguson, Regional Attorney representing the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I am present and ready with Investigator Liz Juarez and Supervisor Natalie Thacker from the department, and also Permanency Specialist Gage Polk and Supervisor Jasmine Defro from St. Francis Ministries.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent Ms. Maldonado. We're both present and ready.
Jim Shaw representing the father.
Stacy Graham on behalf of the child, Eduardo.
All right, thank you. All right. Ms. Ferguson, any announcements to make, or are we ready to call our first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I have an announcement and a housekeeping matter, and I didn't know if the court wants to take up the housekeeping matter before we get started. But then I do believe that the parties, to the extent as possible, have an agreement to announce. So,
okay, it matters not to me.
Okay, the housekeeping matter is Miss Maldonado has some mental health issues, and she's obviously appearing here today with her caseworker through MHMR. We would ask, and I know it's not a true appointment of a guardian, but if a guardian ad litem could be appointed just to look out for her best interest, to make sure she understands the proceedings and that type of thing. That was the request we were going to make, and I didn't know what the court wanted to do with that request before we got started with everything else.
Let me just ask, Ms. Kincaid, do you concur that it would be beneficial and that mother might meet the requirements to have a separate guardian ad litem appointed?
I do, Your Honor. I think that it would be beneficial for communication and hopefully understanding, and have another set of eyes and ears on this to assist her.
Okay. All right. Let me ask, are you comfortable moving forward today, and then we will make that appointment?
I think so. I met with her before this hearing, and I think she understands what we're working toward. today.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Ferguson, any objections to that?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, or Mr. Shaw?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Grant?
No objection.
Okay. All right, then, we'll get that, taken care of, as soon as possible and get, a separate guardian ad litem appointed for Ms. Maldonado. All right, Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have reached an agreement for the department to continue in TMC or temporary managing conservatorship. We have the department at this time is not asking for any child support or medical support. Given that the father is unlocated and given the situation that the mother is working with MHMR to get back on her feet. So we would ask just in lieu of any child support and medical support that the mother work the services that are asked in this case.
All right, and Ms. Kincaid, does that accurately reflect you and your client's agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Just to add that Ms. Maldonado would like to have some type of visitation, whether that's obviously it would probably be supervised, whether that's therapeutic or otherwise. But she would like to be able to start having contact with her son.
I mean, he's 14, so I'm not sure we can ask Ms. Grant what his position is. I'm thinking just what little I do know, I'm thinking therapeutic maybe is the best way to go there, but, so Ms. Grant is the child's attorney ad litem. What's your opinion?
Your Honor, he's not in favor of any communication right now in the form of just sheer visitation. I think therapeutic contact is going to be the way to go, and possibly the child is going to need some therapy first individually, and the mom a little bit of individual therapy, and then I would wait for the therapist's recommendation to put them together to move forward. But she's always welcome to send letters or notes through the caseworker as long as they're appropriate. Just, I don't know if she is interested in doing that, but the child would prefer no contact right now.
Okay. And Ms. Maldonado, it's not a totally unusual thing with a child his age. What we would like to do is let him kind of get established with the counselor. And you, of course, will be doing the same. And then we would work towards, some kind of therapeutic visits and or family counseling between you and the child at such time that the child's therapist thinks he's ready. And, we got to have him in the mindset of wanting to do that probably before it does anybody much good. Okay, then Mr. Shaw, I understand your client, we believe, was deported a number of years ago and has not been located. Although I do show he was a presumed father.
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
All right. Has the department made any efforts yet towards contacting consulate or doing anything? I know we're just right at the beginning of the case, so.
Your Honor, I can let my client answer, but I can the general answer is yes, we have contacted the consulate for assistance. We need to know what part of Mexico we believe he may be in, and we haven't been able to find out that information.
Okay.
Your Honor, I did just in the breakout room, I asked my client if she knew what part of Mexico and his whereabouts, and she said she doesn't know anything about him.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just, if we learn and anybody learns anything, anybody hears anything, anybody sees anything on social media, just be sure and let the department or St. Francis officials know. So let your attorney know. Ms. Katie has also indicated to me that Bailey Sapien is up next on the appointment list, so we will appoint her as mom's guardian ad litem. So Ms. Kincaid, that's who your person will be.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Uh-huh. Okay, then, Ms. Grant, is this agreeable to you?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I do have one thing. I assume inherent in everybody's agreement is the stipulation the department has made reasonable efforts. I forgot to ask everybody about that, so I would ask the court to ask if everybody will stipulate to that.
Yeah. Council stipulate that the department's made reasonable efforts to avoid the removal of the child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then. I will follow the agreement as has been announced and will find that the evidence is sufficient to name the Department of Family and Protective Services as the temporary managing conservator. Find that there would be a continuing danger to return the child home today to the mother, and we don't have any locating information on the father, Gregorio Diaz Lopez. I will approve the agreement for no child support or medical support for mom use or resources to work services. And we will work towards visitation with Eduardo and his mom, but I think we've got to get him established in therapy, and then we'll work towards therapeutic visitation and family counseling. Okay, our next hearing in this matter will be March 12th of 2025. That'll be on a 1:00 docket. We'll get Miss Sapien officially appointed and in the case, and that will give mom time to meet with her and talk with her as well. Okay, anybody have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, I'll see everybody back on March 12th. So everybody else is free to go. Ms. Grant, can you hang out just a quick second and let me visit with you about
Yes.
something totally unrelated?
Sure. Yes. I was going to tell you that I saw a message I need to get back with y'all on.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.